Justin, Harry Medved from Fandango.
Hey,
Thank
Harry.
you for bringing so much joy to so many people.
Thank you.
My 14-year-old daughter wants to know, she heard at the last award show you tell the press room that there was a cut song, a title song called La La Land.
Yeah.
Are there themes of that in the finale of the film? Will it be in the Broadway musical? Will it be in bonuses? They're dying to hear La La Land.
There are actually hints of it in the score because at the time I was composing and orchestrating the epilogue number, I thought that song was going to be in the movie, so I was putting little counter melodies in and little hints to that song. Then the song ended up not in the movie, so there are little clues in the epilogue as to what that song is. But I don't know if we'll ever put it out. If we didn't record it with a real orchestra, it exists as like a MIDI demo, but we'll talk about maybe using it for something.
We're coming down to 127 and then to 258.
Hi there, Angela Bishop from Channel 10 Australia. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Can you tell me the most incredible story of where you've heard people who've seen the film or just members of the public singing City of Stars back to you, or heard them singing it in some strange place? Because it's so catchy. It's in all of our minds. It's such a fantastic song.
Yeah, no, it's great. I've heard like, I guess the whistle. Every time, I don't know, every time I hear, like the trailer play or the whistle, my ears perk up because it's so surreal to hear that. I think the most surreal thing that's happened, though, along those lines is my piano tuner was tuning my piano last month, and he told me that he was tuning a piano earlier in the day, and it was covered in La La Land sheet music because the people's kids were playing the music, which is just so cool.
We're going to 258 and then over to 279.
Hi, can you talk about the feeling or vibe of Los Angeles, what this town means to you and how it inspired you?
Yeah, I think it's an exciting, eclectic city, and I was trying to make the music, exciting and eclectic, but also full of melancholy and full of all the other, themes and tones that had to be in this score because of this story, because of what we were trying to say about Los Angeles and what it's like to live here. But I do think it is it's a very joyous, exciting place, and I think that's what Another Day of Sun kind of is. It balances that excitement with that, a little bit of heartbreak there, but it's ultimately a very exciting song.
We're going to go to 279, and then we'll add the other two gentlemen and go to 95.
Congratulations on both of your Oscars.
Thank you.
You obviously used a lot of different musical styles in the score, but jazz has played a very prominent role in Damien's movies thus far. What has it been like for you to really work that jazz element into a score? It's a little bit of an overlooked style when it comes to film.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So there's like really kind of traditional jazz that's on screen that's in the jazz club in this movie, and that was really fun to write because I was just writing for jazz combo. I was creating lead sheets and arrangements for a jazz combo, and that was one particularly fun part of that was I took all the songs in the movie and I kind of rearranged them as jazz. So I don't know if you noticed, but when Keith comes up, John Legend's character Keith comes up and propositions Sebastian to join his band, that's Another Day of Sun turned into a jazz piece, like a minor Latin jazz piece that's playing in the background. A Lovely Night is playing in the background after she gets her call back when he asks her out on a first date. That was really fun, turning the songs into kind of jazz combo pieces. And then for the actual score, like the dramatic score, I was just trying to have hints of jazz. It's not jazz per se, but there's an upright bass and drums and vibes in some of it, and a sort of jazzy harmonic language. So it was fun kind of taking a little bit from the jazz world, but also some from the classical world and some from the just traditional film scoring world, and mix it all together for the actual score.
We are going to have Benj Pasek and Justin Paul join Justin, and we're going to start with 95 and then go to 218.
Hi, Justin. Over here. RT2FM from Ireland, Breakfast Republic. Can you talk about those moments where you first met Damien and tell me when you knew that you could fuse those skills you both had together to make something quite beautiful?
Assuming it's this, Justin. I first met him first week of freshman year of college. We started a band together, and it was a 5-person band, and we just clicked immediately. We were kind of friends. We would talk about music. We would show each other music. We just clicked really, and then we became roommates. We decided to become roommates sophomore year, and that's really when the friendship took off, because we were living in close quarters. We were sharing a bedroom and a workspace, and we were watching each other work. I was watching the work he was doing for his filmmaking classes, and he was watching the work I was doing for my composition and classes, and really developing a respect for each other and getting excited about how we can put what we do together. So it was really sophomore year, as we lived together as roommates and watched each other work, that I think stuff really started to take off.
Back to 218, and then we'll come down to 261.
Hey, it's Jazz from Awards Daily. Congratulations on the win. Can you tell us about audition and what you and Damien envisioned when you were putting it together?
I'll start, and then I'll hand off to these guys, because so much of audition obviously is the lyrics and the story it's telling. Damien wanted to create a scene that would start as an audition and then slip into song, and almost be this like fantasy version of what that audition could have been if it became musicalized. So I was, that's what he wanted, and that's what I was thinking of as I composed, emotionally what that is, given Mia's point in the story. And these guys wrote a brilliant lyric that is just so narrative and beautiful, and they can talk about that.
So when the song actually first started as a script form going into lyric, it was originally Mia was just reading sides. And we were starting to try to lyricize that and put it onto music, and having difficulty. And then Damien came up with the idea that she'd be telling a story. And he actually wrote a beautiful, beautiful monologue, a version of what that story was. I think it was about an uncle instead of an aunt, and some of the details were different, but it provided the source material, really, the seed of the idea for what the lyrics of the song became. So it was, as with basically everything in the film, it was very much inspired by what was in Damien's head, what was in his mind.
Yeah, and we get to, as lyricists, we get to take some of the best work from screenwriters, and we come from the Broadway world, so book writers on Broadway shows, and we get to gobble it up and turn it into lyrics. So we're very appreciative of the beautiful ideas that Damien provided for us to be able to weave those in and create a lyric from it.
261, and then we'll wrap up with 118. Okay.
Jeannie Wolf from the Saturday Evening Post. What a memorable night for you, of course. How will you describe to other people what it was like to hear La La Land Best Picture, that moment, and then the switch? How will you describe this? Because they're going to talk about it forever.
I think no one, I think that we're very appreciative to be holding Oscars in our hands, and I think that we are incredibly appreciative to Damien Chazelle for creating a beautiful film. We're incredibly appreciative to our fantastic producers for supporting the film, for Lionsgate for supporting the film, and I think we just feel really, really lucky to be here, and to, we're guys who love to write music, and we got the opportunity to do that, and we're holding Oscars, so I think we are having a fantastic night. We're really proud of our film, and we're really proud of our collaborators, and proud of the people who supported it.
Yeah, and it was obviously a surprising moment, but we're thrilled for Moonlight, and it's a fantastic film and one that we're all fans of. And so it was certainly a wild moment, and as you said, one that everyone will talk about for a while and will remember for a while. So it was quite a surreal experience to be on the stage for that moment, and certainly won't be forgotten. So yeah.
And we'll wrap up with 118.
I really loved also the music that you composed for Whisplash. So for the future, do you want to compose for movies or do some other thing for opera, or like Morricone, for instance?
Yeah, well, it's been 3 jazz movies with Damien, 2 musicals, and then Whiplash, which is not a musical, but it's a very music-driven movie. And I think his next movie, the movie he's making next, will definitely not be a jazz movie or a musical. So I'm looking forward to doing just a traditional film score, something different, something maybe, I think it'll probably be darker. I generally think of myself as a film composer, meaning that I will be doing mostly scores. I do want to do more musicals. I have a real itch to get into, I have such an admiration for Broadway and what these guys do and what goes on over there that I would love to figure out how to get into that world as well as maybe other types of music, concert music, I don't know. But I think primarily I'm a film score composer.
Thank you, gentlemen. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.